Welcome to PresidentCast. I am Regina Wilson, ACBA President. I am joined by Katy McKee, a Supervising Attorney with the Pennsylvania Health Law Project and an active member in the ACBA. She currently serves as a governor on our Board of Governors. Today's topic is the importance of pro bono. Thank you for joining us, Katy.
Absolutely. I'm always happy to talk about the importance of pro bono, as you know.
Yes. So the ACBA's mission statement is to empower our members, promote a just, accessible, and inclusive judicial system, and to serve the community at large. Mm-hmm. And I think pro bono is definitely a part of our mission. And in recent months, there's been a lot of discussion about the rule of law. And a piece of that is that, the rule of law requires that individuals have the ability to access justice, including legal representation. Mm-hmm. And I recently heard a statistic that kind of blew my mind, that low-income Americans do not get any or enough legal help for 92% of their substantial civil legal problems. Mm-hmm. And they call that a justice gap. So I know that there are several legal aid programs and organizations within Allegheny County and Western Pennsylvania, but that we rely on pro bono to assist them in providing legal representation mm-hmm. to members of our community. And the rules of professional responsibility call on us as lawyers to provide pro bono representation. And as you often remind me, only lawyers and law students can provide pro bono representation.
Yeah, it certainly is we are uniquely qualified to help as lawyers. And that statistic you mentioned is such an important one, and I'll add another one that the Pro Bono Center, the Bar Foundation, shared with me that there's one legal aid lawyer to every 6,000 Americans who need civil legal help, and there's
Wow.
no right to representation for most civil legal problems. So there is, we as legal aid lawyers really need the private bar to step in and provide that pro bono help to serve as many people as we can.
So, as someone who's done public interest work since law school, mm-hmm. What advice do you give to lawyers who are starting to dip their toe into the public interest or into the pro bono world?
Yeah, I think there's several pieces of advice or information that I would give to people. One is there are so many opportunities available in Allegheny County. The Pro Bono Center has opportunities, Neighborhood Legal Services has volunteer opportunities. The Pittsburgh Pro Bono Partnership brings together law firms and legal departments to create and work on signature projects. So I think when you're looking for pro bono opportunities, follow your passion. Find something that speaks to you. There is so much benefit. Obviously, the goal of pro bono is helping clients access justice, helping our community, access the justice system and have support for their civil legal needs. But there's a lot of benefit, honestly, to the pro bono attorneys also. For young lawyers who may be working in firms and maybe are providing more of a supportive role and aren't working directly with clients. Doing pro bono work gives you that opportunity to work with clients, to work on those interviewing skills and collecting information and providing representation if you're in court. For senior attorneys, there's the emeritus rule since 2018 that allows retired attorneys to go into emeritus status and be able to do pro bono work through organizations like the Pro Bono Center or Neighborhood Legal Services and continue giving back to the community, and don't have to do quite as many CLEs to maintain that status, which is really nice. So there's a lot of benefits to us as attorneys also in doing that pro bono work. And I think, there's so much camaraderie in pro bono. Like, I love going to Bar Foundation events. Whenever I go to one of those events, I'm like, I'm with my people. Everybody who is there is doing pro bono work and is supportive of each other. And there's so many opportunities for training, for shadowing, mentoring. I know that doing something that is outside of what you normally do can be a little scary or uncomfortable, and that sometimes folks are like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that because it's new and I'm not comfortable, but remember that those opportunities are there. The Pro Bono Center sends out emails regularly that have information about programs that need support, but also upcoming trainings. There's all kinds of really good trainings available. And there are, from PFAs, they always need help with PFAs. And I know those can be kind of intimidating, but there's also custody conciliations, which are kind of a one and done pro bono opportunity. There's opportunities to write wills for seniors, to help folks with name change. Apparently there's a really increased need and call for people to help with name changes right now. There's landlord-tenant advice, even helping prisoners with civil rights claims. There's a call for pro bono work to do ADR for that. So wherever your interest is, you can probably find somewhere that you could do pro bono work.
And it seems like with some of the changing landscape and volatility, one could say, in the legal community, that that there will be possibly or probably an increased need for pro bono representation.
Yeah, I think so. And, I know I'm a career legal aid lawyer, and so it's easy maybe for me to say, like, don't be scared. But there's so much value in connecting with people who aren't like you, or who have different life experiences than you. I have learned so much from people I have represented over the years, whether that was in housing cases or Social Security disability, or now in, Medicaid cases. Having that opportunity to connect with people who aren't like you really is a privilege, and learning from them, and it expands your worldview, expands, your knowledge base and just how you view the world. So I think, again, there's a lot of benefits to us. And I have found that I think we forget as lawyers, because we're always talking to other lawyers and in the court system, or all of the things we do as lawyers, that to folks who don't talk to lawyers all the time, the legal system and lawyers can be kind of scary. Mm-hmm. And often, sometimes people do have complicated problems, but often what they need is just help navigating that bureaucracy, or helping them understand the legal system. There's so many barriers for people with low income in accessing the legal system. It could be issues with childcare, transportation, language access. There's all kinds of barriers, and even just being there to help them navigate makes such a difference. And it's very satisfying. Those are very good points. Anything else you want to share about the importance of pro bono? I think doing pro bono work is wonderful. I know that it can be hard to make time. We're all so busy. But I hope that people will take this information, reach out to the Pro Bono Center, the Bar Foundation, Neighborhood Legal Services, or the Pro Bono Partnership, and find a place where you can slot yourself in and meet other people who are doing good pro bono work.
Well, thank you for joining us today to talk about the importance of pro bono work.
Thank you for having me.